shotty, big shotty, big shotty, big shotty.
When did you start rapping?
Oh shit. I've always been into music. I started writing poetry maybe fifth, sixth grade, something like that. Audrey would tell you I had a poem that I wrote for her a long ass time ago.
Is that how y'all met?
Oh shit, you want to go into that? We can transition real quick.
Yeah, let's transition.
No, actually, me and Audrey met. We met in high school. She went to a high school called Cortez. I went to Alhambra, and actually, I had just moved out here. I was living in Chandler, got kicked out of the house, yada yada yada. So I was staying with my friend and his family, and me and him used to always go to Metro Center. Always. That's where we hung out as kids. You know what I mean? We would go to the arcade in there. Let's see, now I'm dating myself, but it is what it is.
You're in good company with me, so.
You know what I mean? So one day we were up there for the summer, and was funny. We had seen each other, and then it was just like, okay, the head nod, whatever. Me and my homie used to go to the we used to go to the mall with a pencil.
Uh-huh.
Again, I'm dating myself, but we used to go to the mall with a pencil and some paper.
Yeah.
We had a bench in the mall called it was the funniest shit. We called the Players Bitch.
Okay.
That was the spot we would sit at
and watch all the girls.
And holler at all the girls that walked by. We had the whole
funny.
game to see who got the most numbers. You know what I mean? But anyways, fast forward. So me and Audrey, we had already walked past each other. But I was in the arcade and playing the game, and when she walked into the arcade and she went like that to me, she just threw up her arms. She literally, and so I was like, "What's up?" So as I walked out, she had already walked off or some shit like that. I didn't see her. Anyways, me and the homie went to that bench. We were sitting at that bench when she walked up, and she she had a piece of paper. She went like this, and put the paper in my hand.
Oh,
And
so
walked off.
she knew.
Yeah, and walked off.
She did.
Hey, that was some pimp shit when you think about it. Yeah, to just drop your phone, just to hand somebody your number and then walk off.
Uh-huh.
so that's pretty much.
Have you ever had any issues? Now, I don't like to air people's dirty laundry, but I think relationships are hard to sustain in the industry. So when it comes to that, y'all work side by side, it feels like. So
we do.
She sees both sides of it, you know what I mean?
It wasn't always like that. When I first started actually trying to be in the studio, it was always, where you at when you coming home, whatever. You know what I mean? So there was always that I know you fucking with some bitch or whatever. But as time went on and she realized I wasn't fucking with no bitches, we came to an understanding, or I don't even know how you want to say it, but we came to an agreement, or an understanding, fuck it, that it was nothing crazy. Me and her been together for too long, you know what I mean, to let any bullshit, because it's one of those things, like, if you don't want to be with me, shit, don't be with me.
Right.
If me and her are out and about, and she talking to some dude, I'm not gonna go over there and, who you talking to?
Right.
Tug on her arm. I don't do that. Because to me, so if we together and you leave with some dude, peace.
Bye.
Peace. All right. Obviously, we ain't together no more. You don't want me no more. You let me know. Okay, cool. Now I don't want you. You just better get home before I do if we live together. Because trust me, you ain't getting in. You belong to the streets. But so fast forward, when I started doing shows and stuff again, Audrey was always there, and a lot of times she would work the door. She'd always, hey, you guys need help?
The night I went to the CD release, she
door,
was
right?
working the door. She was like,
door.
"What's your name?" And she's like, "Oh, we've been waiting for you."
Yeah, she works the door, and that's how. Well, plus Felix, I known Felix a few years before I came, before I started coming around RTU. I mean, other than going to shows and shit. And I always tell this story, and I don't know if Justice remembers or not, and one day I'm going to ask him. But the first time I met Justice, he had asked me, do you rap? Do you do shows? And I was like, nah, man, I'm too old to be fucking rapping, dude. I'm not doing that shit no more. And he was like, man, you never too old. I forgot what else. He said something. And I was just there as a fan to watch the Bakers. Cause that's when I met Felix and Jordan, the homie Jordan, TMK. But anyways, sorry. I'm getting long-winded now. So with me and her in the beginning, you never knew we were together anyhow. We never sat there and hugged on each other.
Right.
Or none of that. A lot of times she was on one side of the building, I was on the other. Mm-hmm. And we would pass each other and it would be, mwah, you okay? Yeah, you okay? Yeah, all right. And then now I'm on that side and she's on that side. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So now it's obvious. Everybody knows. Everybody knows we're together. Because we done interviews together and whatnot. Everybody knows.
What do you think it takes to stay together so long?
Shit. Trust and communication.
I love that. That's probably the best thing. Any luck? You think there's any luck involved in that?
I mean, there's a little luck in everything, but...
How lucky are you?
Well, I'm a lucky man.
Yeah? What makes you lucky?
I got a beautiful wife. You know what I'm saying? We've been together for a long time.
I don't feel like that's luck though. Like that was like,
Hey, side note, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
So I got a big family, right? On my dad's side. My great, I think it's my great grandfather, had a lot of wives. So like across the country. Like he had a lot of wives, a lot of kids. I think there was like 20-something sons he had and 20-something daughters. Anyways, one of my uncles or great uncles, great uncles, whatever, his name was Elijah, which is the name of my son. Okay. I have a great grandmother, and Audrey will tell you because every now and then she gets hit up by cousins of mine. Hey, are you great grandma Rhone? Audrey Rhone. So I have a great grandmother named Audrey Rhone. Okay. And there's a whole shitload of Davids in my family.
That is crazy.
I always found that crazy. My aunt does a lot of ancestry stuff. So when she hit me with the pictures and all that shit, it was like, oh wow. So I had a great uncle named Elijah and a great grandmother named Audrey. Go figure.
That's wild.
Go figure.
Serendipity, man. When it comes to your street cred, or even just
I'm not a street nigga.
Or even just being black in America.
Oh shit, we gonna get deep now, huh?
We
Okay,
sure
let me get a swing. I'm listening.
Have you ever received an insult that you could be proud of?
Wait, hold on. Have I ever received an insult?
Yeah. Has someone ever insulted you that you have been proud of?
Oh shit, I don't know, because I never looked at an insult as that's a backhanded compliment. Anytime you insult somebody, anyways, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, because growing up, anybody's called me a nigger or anything, I punched them in the mouth.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
there's other kind of insults, though.
I'm just saying that any insults that, because you're saying it as a black man growing up in America, right? Has there been any insults? Nah, because any insult that I've gotten from somebody was never, I never took it as a compliment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, don't be sorry.
It's like
there's a reason behind that, because I feel like with the industry that we're in, it's changed a lot over the years, especially like the hip hop game. When it comes to just the industry in general, let's switch it now. Have you received any insults just as a man or just being human that you could be proud of?
No, again, because I don't let anybody insult me.
Right.
And there's not an insult, because I'm sorry. To me, that question is weird, because okay, give me an example. Give me an example.
Well, the reason why is because I feel like we insult people without intending to. Maybe like not respecting their time, or not respecting their craft or taking advantage. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of ways that people can insult you and not even realize they're insulting you. Now, if they were to say something insulting to you, you know what I mean? Then that's one thing. There's verbal insults. There's body language insults, like people shoulder checking you on accident, or you know what I mean. There's a lot of ways.
So what you're saying is an insult, as in somebody that I like. For example, I pulled up at a spot. I was supposed to meet somebody. They didn't show up. They stood me up. Yet I ended up meeting somebody else that helped me out.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, see, I don't take that as an insult, but now I get what you saying. Oh yeah, I mean, not necessarily music wise, but just in general. Just as in general, yeah. Like going to the store, supposed to meet somebody. I don't know. Like say I'm on my way to go meet somebody at the studio, right? Mm-hmm. And there's been times I pulled up at the Circle K just to get a call, say, "Oh man, hey, I ain't gonna make it, whatever." Mm-hmm. So then I pivot and I go to another spot where I end up meeting somebody that helps me, gives me information. For example, I had somebody hit me with some shit about shirts. Where was I going? See, I don't even remember where I was going. I think I might have been going to a video shoot or something like that. I don't know. It was something crazy. I was going somewhere. Anyways, I pulled off to a QT to get me a drink. Mm-hmm. And then somebody called me and was like, "Hey, I'm not going over there no more. I got to go take care of something." I think it was one of the homies had to take care of some family issues. And I was like, all right, cool. So I already had somebody that asked me if I wanted to go hang out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I ended up going over there where I ran into, was it Monks? I got such a bad memory. I'm horrible with. I don't remember who it was I was talking to, but they gave me some information and plugged me with somebody who wanted shirts. Okay. It was that type of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the next day I called that person and I made some money.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? So instead of,
so let's go
I might
back.
have missed out on money.
Well, you said something that's really important to me, and I feel like that needs to be talked about just a little bit. So when you first said, so you mentioned being stood up, right? You're supposed to meet someone, and then you ended up meeting someone else, and you said, but I didn't take that as an insult.
No, I didn't take that.
With it not being an insult, let's talk about not taking shit personally in the industry, because in business, it's hard to not take shit personally.
Well, yeah.
But there's always going into a little bit deeper. Sometimes not taking personally, that insult can kind of overweigh emotion. So with business, how important is it? Well, how do you not take shit personally in that way? Is it just like a vibe that you've done? Is it something you've learned over the years?
No, well, it might be something I've learned over the years. I've learned that, first off, not everybody thinks like you. Not everybody's gonna, do things like you would do them. So, with that being said, like, somebody that was supposed to come to the house for whatever reason and they didn't show up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They didn't call or whatever. I don't feel like it's a disrespect. I don't think it was malicious. Anything could have happened. That's how I think. Anything could have happened. Especially being a guy that I fall asleep. I fall asleep a lot. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. Like I told you, I told you on the phone, like, hey, I'll be through if I don't fall asleep because I'm that guy. Like I get to watch a movie and next thing I know, I'm waking up. It's already midnight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I fell asleep on the couch. So it's just that type of shit. So I don't take it personal because I have been that guy that stood somebody up. Mm-hmm. And I didn't mean no disrespect by it. Right. I fell asleep. Right. You know what I mean?
It's business.
So sometimes, it is business. And I felt bad for it. And I tell people my fault, and I'll reschedule or whatever. I'll work it out. You know what I'm saying? But it's not personal. Don't take it personal. You can tell the difference when it's personal. Yeah. Right or wrong, you can tell when it's personal.
So let's talk about.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
true. It's true.
It's not personal. You should never take it personal.
Let's talk about 3 people who are most influential to you today.
Career wise, or just in general?
Yeah, in general.
Mm. You know what? The wifey has always been one of the main people who influences me. And I say that because, you know, if I have an idea or a plan or whatever, I bounce it off of her first. She's the first person I talk to about it. And she's going to, you know, good or bad, she's going to tell me either way.
Right.
So, wifey is always...
Wifey's always first?
Always been, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We've been together for so long and rocking so long and been through so much shit. So, that's the other thing. Going back to relationship. We've been through a lot of shit. Everybody thinks it's, oh, you guys got the perfect relationship. Y'all never seen the shit being thrown.
Because y'all keep it private. That's
well,
good.
We do. Well, plus, most of our arguments were always way before social media. So, so our arguments now.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, our arguments now are like.
Next? Who else?
I'm sorry. Anyways, you know what? Regardless of what people might say about them and what they think about it, justice is, and I say that because a lot of things have happened, or a lot of doors have been opened just by, you know, my association with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether he's putting a good word for me or not, or just being around him, or being, not just around him, but being
in
at
his
these
circle.
events. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
circle.
go. Being in his universe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Being in his universe, a lot of doors have opened. Like knowing people that do shirts, knowing people that want shirts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Having a booth last
having
night.
a booth. Yeah, shit. Now, just from that, we do our own events. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We like the trunk or treat. And that's like our second trunk or treat that we've done. With, you know, a handful of other shows that we've been a part of. It wasn't our shows, but we helped. You know what I mean? That type shit. Third person, shit, I don't even know. Most influencer. I'm about to say influencer.
I mean,
most influencer.
It's relevant.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I really. I think the only other people that I'm influenced by is my family. You know what I mean? That's wife, kids.
I think that's relevant though.
Because all my decisions are based on, am I doing right for them? So.
Okay. So let me throw a really big curveball at you.
Uh-oh.
Let's go back to being black in America.
Okay.